Voters are going to the polls today for by-elections to choose the mayors of South Korea's two biggest cities, the capital Seoul and the southeastern city of Busan. With more, our Kim Do-yeon is standing by at a polling station in Seoul. Do-yeon.
Devin, since 6 a.m., there's been a steady inflow of people turning out to vote here in Dongjak-gu district in Seoul. Now, as you have mentioned, today's elections will decide who will fill the vacant mayorships of the two largest cities in the country. Besides those posts, there are 19 others to be filled across the country, so today more than 12 million people are eligible to vote. As of 4 p.m., more than 47% of those in Seoul have cast their ballots, and in Busan more than 42%. That's not as high as the same point in the local elections in 2018 or the general election of 2020. But early voting last weekend in Seoul and Busan did hit a record high for a by-election at 20.5%. One thing to note is that unlike a general election or presidential election, it's not a public holiday, so people will have to go back to work after voting or vote after work since the polls are open until 8 p.m. Also, you can only vote at your designated polling station near your registered address, unlike early voting where you can cast a ballot at any of them. As for COVID-19 prevention, it's not the first time that the voters have cast ballots in the pandemic. A year ago, last April, the country held a general election. So the preventive measures such as distancing, temperature checks, and the wearing of gloves will be familiar.
Now, as you say, Do-yeon, this isn't the first election in the pandemic, but case numbers are seeing a significant rise right now. Do you think that's putting off some voters from taking part?
Devin, actually, it seems like choosing the next mayor is more important to the voters even than the threat of COVID-19. And this being the second time Seoulites have voted, knowing what precautions they need to take, it seemed like, at least the ones that I talked to, they weren't too concerned.
I think this transcends the threat of COVID-19. My ballot will be a part of electing a new mayor, so he or she can start working as soon as possible for the city.
I'm now a college student, but with classes going online, I've had a lot more time. So I looked into the news and saw that there are some issues on which people really needed to make their voices heard. So although I know my one vote is small, I think it says a lot.
As mentioned, voting will continue until 8 p.m. and later on, we'll learn who will be the new mayors of South Korea's two biggest cities. That's all I have for now. Back to you, Devin.
All right, Kim Do-yeon reporting there. Thank you for that, and we'll look forward to those results.